Chelsea Football Club, we have a generational talent. Estevao is generational. Haaland is a robot. Yamal is a robot. We've got our own robot. The numbers are there. He's going to prove it. Carlo Ancelotti agrees. We're going to break this down. Secondly, the scouting approach clearly is working because Satpaev now scored for Kazakhstan. 17-year-old against Belgium. We're going to break this down because this is massive. We have got a young mini Aguero coming through. And finally, people said the title race is over. Give the title to Arsenal. Yet, Gabriel Magalhaes injured with a groin injury. Calafiori sent home. What does this mean for the title race? We're going to break this down. We're going to get into the little details, but what I need from all of you is to support this damn channel, all right? Number one, hit the like button. It's free of charge. It's a little bit of effort, and you burn a calorie. So you keep doing your nice things of being nice and staying in good shape. Secondly, nicest thing you could do is subscribe to the channel. Help me on my road to 100k, and it's very easy to do. Do it right now, because you will forget. But in return, I will deliver some content that you thoroughly enjoy. Let's get it. Estevao yesterday was on a pitch where there was Cunha up top, Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Estevao looked like the best player on the pitch in terms of productivity, ability in the final third, right decision making, and effectiveness. All round, Estevao looked special. After the game, Carlo Ancelotti came out with praise beyond compare. He basically said Brazil's future is secure because this is a generational talent. He said for generations to come, we will be talking about this kid, and he ain't wrong. Because what I've been trying to do on this platform, and I can't resist anymore, I've been trying to keep the expectations lower. I've been saying, Enzo, my good friend, I understand why you're not playing him. Give him minutes off the bench, occasional starts, keep him hungry, protect him. And honestly, the more I see of it, the more I start saying, should we just let him go play? Should we just let him unleash on Premier League defenses? Because opposition fear him, rivals rate him, we adore him, and he's putting up numbers. Look, normally when young kids come through the academy and go into men's game, what ends up happening the first 50 games, you just do not judge them on their stats. They're 18, they're 19, they're acclimatizing to the league, lots of bench minutes. The numbers aren't going to be there, right? It's very, very normal to understand that in the first 50 games, you're only going to score 12 goals, 10 goals at most. And even then, people are like, whoa, this is a good player. Go and look at the way Garnacho was spoken about when he broke out of Manchester United. No one's critical of him in the first 2 years. It's when he became a regular, consistent player and his numbers didn't go in the way that people expected, people got at him. However, Estevao has got 4 goals in 10 games for Brazil. He has got 10 GNA this year on the limited minutes for Chelsea and Brazil. And all of a sudden, people are looking at him saying, statistically, check. Performances, check. Ability on the ball, check. Leadership, by leading by example, by taking the ball and demanding it in all areas, check. Why are we not playing this kid? We spend us on a weekly basis talking about Neto's not good enough. Neto's not doing this. I call him Willian, Pedro Willian, right? Not good enough. Just of a certain standard where we want more. We want you to be like Cole Palmer. We want you to be like a Joao Pedro. I don't even want you to be the best left-right winger. I just want you to be someone that I look at and go, I can trust what I'm going to get from you. Then on the other side, I don't know what I'm getting from Jamie Gittins. I don't know what I'm getting from Garnacho. One game, Garnacho plays like he played against Wolves. Brilliant performance. The next game, Garnacho pivots back down. And the problem is I'm judging Garnacho on a curve of an experienced player. But he's not experienced. He's 21 years old. So is Jamie Gittins. So for me, it's like, why are they guaranteed minutes when we have a Estevao? Let him leash. Let him unleash. But then the problem comes about load management. What do you do with it? It's a very, very difficult situation. And I need your opinions, right? Because there is no right or wrong answer. In the comments below, is Estevao a starter at Chelsea now? Or do we continue managing him? Let me know in the comments below because I am very interested. I can't decide. Genuinely, I am so torn on this. I cannot decide. Dastan Satpayev. For those of you that don't know who that is, Chelsea secured him, I think it was 2 years ago. And when Chelsea bought him, there was a meltdown. You know, like the classic, £6 million and a kid that's never going to play for us. Why are we purchasing another little prodigy? Who cares? Where is he even from? You get that nonsense analysis. And what I always say is, we should not know when Chelsea signed a 15-year-old. We shouldn't know when Chelsea signed a 16-year-old. Fabrizio shouldn't announce it. Nobody should announce it. The kid should come to Cobham, have his trial. If the deal gets done, it gets done. He signs the contract, not announced until he's 18, coming to the club. Chelsea are now have a youth team player on loan there. He's now coming back to Cobham to train with the youth team. That's it. There should not be this hoopla. I understand why there is this hoopla. Number one, it raises the profile of the young player, so his agent now is basically getting his player in the limelight early. Sponsorship deals, more money. Secondly, when you're paying £6 million for someone, there is a certain level of hype that's going to go around it. It makes sense. But I just don't think it's good for the kid, and I think it's putting too much pressure. The difference in this kid is Dastan Satpayev is smashing it. He's smashing it. He's scoring goals in the Kazakhstan league to the point where I think he's top goal scorer and they're winning the league. He's scoring goals in the qualification phase of the Champions League. He's playing in the Champions League with a Kazakhstan team. They're getting slapped, but it doesn't matter because no one expected him to even get there. And now he's scoring against Belgium at international level. He's 17. And I'm not hyping him. I'm not saying he's going to be the next big thing. Because I had a video yesterday where I went into detail, right? And I said, young strikers take time. They usually come into the element of consistent goal scoring and good performances 25, 26. Because they learn, they go into their man body, they go into the ability of knowing how to play against certain defenders. When they get kicked, they know how to give it back. It's pivotal. This kid is doing stuff that is not normal. He's scoring goals on a consistent basis. He's got pressure to lead a team to a title. He is absolutely shining. And now he's scoring goals against Belgium. And they drew 1-1, so the result was positive. The issue now is, what do we do? And people are going to say, what do you mean, what do we do? He's coming to Chelsea in the summer. I call him Baby Aguero. That's what he reminds me of, right? Left foot, right foot, lets it rip. Agile, quick, very stocky, strong. What do we do? My solution is one of two. He goes and becomes Chelsea's third choice striker, and he is behind Joao Pedro, Emega, and Delap, where Joao Pedro is essentially a 10. But then I don't see him getting minutes, so we're stagnating his development. The other thing we can do is Strasbourg. Send him to Strasbourg, let him be behind that Argentinian striker, let him play on and off. He can be Omega's replacement there, and then we see how he develops to the French league. Kendry Páez was doing really well in Ecuador, but then Kendry came to England, acclimatized, and went to Strasbourg, and he's struggling to get minutes. Do we do that with Dastan Satpayev? What I'm seeing from Satpaev is, though, he's smashing it on every level. In the sense that you put him in the Kazakhstan league, he's far too good. You put him in a qualification, he's contributing there. You put him in international level, he's contributing there. Evidently, this kid is Estevao type of contribution. He is actively doing stuff that highlights how special he is. With Kendry, the last year, he hasn't been doing it. To the point where he's lost his spot in the international side. He's no longer a starter, he's a bench option. Where he was a starter initially, where they were building around him. They're no longer doing this in Ecuador. And this is where it's going to be very important to see how we handle the situation. Now I need you guys in the comments below. Do you agree with me that the most suitable decision would be sending him to Strasbourg, let him be there for a year? I would even be tempted to do the Christensen thing. 2 years, send him there. In 2 years' time, he returns to Chelsea, ready to start or ready to compete for a starting berth. Let me know. Before we continue, you know you're clearly enjoying it. You made it this far. Please hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes to Marvel. And secondly, subscribe. That bell notification is for you, not for me. You find out when the content's out, you watch it, you enjoy it, and I greatly appreciate it. But on to the final piece of news. Gabriel Magalhaes for Arsenal now is injured. A lot of you are going to say, this is not an Arsenal channel. Why are we talking about Arsenal? It impacts Chelsea. Let me explain. Chelsea are playing Arsenal in 2 weeks' time. The guy yesterday pulled up with a groin injury, came off, and sometimes you look at an injury and you say, this guy is pissed. He is not happy, and the reason he's not happy, you can tell on his face. He should not have been playing. What is happening now is he's injured, and we don't know how long he's going to be injured for. Arsenal fans are melting down. The title race is open. I've always said it's open, maybe not for Chelsea, I don't know, right? I've always said 70 points, then we reassess. Here's 70 points and we'll reassess what the targets are. But Manchester City and Arsenal going and machine for machine. Haaland is Manchester City's Gabriel, right? Because the reality is Arsenal's Gabriel. Because Arsenal's corners depend on Gabriel. Arsenal's defense, in my opinion, depends heavily on Gabriel. They're going to have Nketiah come in, and we're going to see how he settles in. However, this has really blown the title race wide open. And Chelsea have an opportunity now to play against an Arsenal side with no Gabriel. Win that game, all of a sudden, if we beat Burnley and they do handle their business against Spurs, 3 points. And then it's a completely different narrative. Pressure on us, pressure on them. I don't want to say the words, but it could be a race. We'll see it. Why I'm saying this is, players need to be better. Gabriel Magalhaes needs to be better. Gabriel should not have played for Brazil. Arsenal fans must be fuming, because if you think about it, Gabriel was not fit. He trained alone the day before the game. Now he went out there and played in a meaningless international game, and all of a sudden he could be out for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a couple of months. We don't know with groin injuries. Cole Palmer's been out basically the whole season with a groin injury that was told 4 weeks. Don't play. Players always moan about having too many minutes. However, they want to play for their countries in meaningless games such as friendlies. You're qualified to the World Cup. You're guaranteed starter. Why on earth is Gabriel playing when Arsenal was in a title race? It makes no sense. And it's the same for Moises Caicedo in Chelsea. Why is he playing for Ecuador right now when you're qualified? You're already a bona fide starter. You're the captain. You should not be playing. And Reece James today, I don't want to see Reece James on that England pitch today. England have won 7 out of 7. They have been absolutely brilliant. They've qualified. Reece should not be playing. Put Jed Spence. I don't care. Call up Livramento. Do whatever you do. Do not play Reece James. I don't want to see it. These players play too many minutes. But yet, every opportunity they get, they go and play for their countries. In meaningless games such as friendlies. And you know what? At the end of their careers, they're going to get to like 150 caps. And I understand a lot of these caps are going to be international friendlies. But what's more important? You being fit and staying injury free, or you risking it for these caps and one day your body breaks down because you got too much? Because the discussion is, Gabriel was already in the red zone. He couldn't do the normal warming up the day before, purely based on the fact that he's played too many minutes. Voila, he plays in a game against Senegal that means nothing for nobody because it's a friendly. It's a friendly game that means nothing for Senegal, nothing for Brazil. It's just an exhibition, and he pulls his groin. And now he's furious with himself. Broski, you need to be only furious with yourself because nobody's to blame apart from you. Carlo Ancelotti wants to play him. It's normal. Players need to step up and say, I don't want to play. Because at the end of the day, Carlo's going to pick you. You're his best defender. So it is what it is. And it frustrates me because now, if this happened to Caicedo or Reece James, my head would be on Mars. It is what it is. But for those of you that enjoy the Kavkas View and those of you that want to see more of the Kavkas View, I've got a video over here about my season predictions this year, earlier on in the season. A lot of you cooked me for my opinions about Liverpool. I was right. A lot of you cooked me for my opinions about Chelsea. Looks like I was right. Go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.